My head was pounding as I slowly woke up.
She's awake.
Your Highness, you're awake.
Huh? Your Highness, what was happening? Hey there, I'm Meera, and I'm about to take you through a whirlwind of royal troubles. Ready for some royal chaos? Hit that like button and subscribe. Right after waking up, the doctor came in checking on me and asking a bunch of questions.
You've had an accident. You've been out for 3 weeks. Do you remember your name? Can you name an animal that starts with E?
Good news. I know my name and my family's names. Bad news. I couldn't remember anything about my life, and here's the shocker. The doctor said I might never get my memories back. I was super confused when my family came rushing in. My sister Zoey, just a year younger than me and a huge gossip, tried to update me on all the royal news, but my mom stopped her.
Let her be. She just woke up.
But Mom, she'll want to know everything, right, Meera?
Zoey, that's enough.
That's my dad, the king.
Meera, you gave us up for right. No more football for you.
You need to rest now, Meera.
I was surprised my parents didn't hug me or kiss my forehead. I mean, I just woke up from a coma. Later, Zoey snuck back in and started telling me about my life, which sounded pretty awesome.
You're a star athlete. You have a boyfriend named Romance.
A boyfriend? Where is he?
And you're a total rebel. You never listen to Mom and Dad.
A rebel? But why?
Because they want you to marry some prince. But you're in love with Romance.
Why don't they like my boyfriend?
He's not a prince. You went on 2 dates with him and you were really into him. Your phone was broken in the accident, so you can't check your messages. You two were like lovebirds.
Cool. Is he rich?
Yeah, a lot. His dad is a big businessman, but Mom and Dad want a prince for you. To be honest, they're pretty happy you got amnesia. They hope you'll stop biting them.
Thanks for the heads up, love. I owe you. The week, Zoey kept telling me little bits of my life before amnesia. One day, Mom and Dad insisted that we do a press release. Do we have to?
The future queen should certainly do that.
It certainly is not in that outfit here dressed like a princess.
Hey, I never got a press conference after I broke my leg last year.
Zoey, please be quiet now. Not everything is about you. Guards, come take her outside.
I was shocked how she kept screaming while the guards dragged her away. Then Mom dumped a super frilly pink outfit on me. Just 5 minutes later, Zoey sent me an SOS message. They're about to announce your wedding. As if this outfit wasn't bad enough, now they planned this. I was livid, so during the announcement, I demanded to speak.
Wonderful. Let's hear from our future queen.
But they didn't expect what came next. Never heard that chickens have impressive memories. Maybe if I were from a royal chicken lineage, I'd remember more. Dad was livid and grounded me for a week despite my illness.
Sick or not, a future queen cannot act this way.
That night, I was chatting with Zoey when my parents suddenly came in, followed by 3 daughters who looked pretty intimidating, like butchers and medical professionals.
Zoey, leave now.
Why? What are you planning to do to her?
Then Mom signaled a bodyguard and he dragged Zoey away as she shouted.
Don't listen to them.
One doctor opened his case, revealing a long, frightening needle. I screamed until everything went dark. My parents were unbelievable, but thank God I had Zoey. Over the weeks, Zoey filled me in on my life before college started. She gave me my diary too, reading that I was super anxious to see my boyfriend. A week later, I was finally ready to go back to college. It was a crazy fancy place where only kids from royal and super rich families study. As Zoey and I walked in, flanked by a mini army of security guards, I spotted him. Romance, my boyfriend. He stood there with a bouquet of roses and gave me a warm and fighting smile. Zoey winked at me and walked away. My heart was racing. I felt like I was back in my teenage years. Romance came over looking at me with so much affection.
Can I hug you?
I couldn't help but smile and nod.
You look beautiful, Meera. I've missed you a lot. It felt like I was seeing your face everywhere.
We chatted for a while and he was so polite and respectful. Romance spent the day introducing me to people, helping me remember who was who from before I lost my memory. I met a few friends, which felt a bit strange. But having Romance there made things feel more comfortable. Later on, he mentioned that he and my friends planned a party to help jog my memory. That might be too much for me.
I get it. How about you try the party? And if it feels overwhelming, we can leave and spend the rest of the night, just the 2 of us.
His idea sounded good, so I agreed. That evening, my parents said the doctors were coming again, so I was even more eager to head out to the party. Romance texted saying he was waiting outside, but how could I sneak past the guards in a fancy dress and heels? I grabbed my heels in one hand and my purse in the other, and quietly climbed out of the window and tumbled into the bushes. Luckily, the security wasn't too tight, so I managed to avoid them and got to Romance's car. The party was okay, but after just an hour, I started feeling a pain in my body. Romance quickly called his driver to take me home, and he even paid him extra to keep quiet about it. As I sneaked through the garden to my room, I heard footsteps behind me and felt a bit scared. Come out or I'll whoop your butt. Then I accidentally bumped into someone, and without thinking, I flipped them over. Who are you?
I'm Genu, the gardener.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'll survive.
He gave me a wink that made me blush. Girl, you have a boyfriend. Stay focused. Can I ask you something? Do you know what I was like before?
Not really. I'm new in this job, but you kept to yourself. Seemed a bit snobby and arrogant.
Oh wow, thanks for being honest. Before he could say any more, Zoe rushed over and pulled me away.
What are you doing talking to him? He's just a gardener.
The next morning, my parents were really mad at me. Turns out Genu, the gardener, told me. So Zoe said we should keep things quiet for a while until things calmed down. One night, feeling very upset, I sneaked into the garden. I just wanted to think. Then I heard a voice.
Why is a pretty princess like you up here?
Oh, it's the snitch.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've got something to say.
Sure, why not?
Now what's bothering you?
Honestly, I didn't expect to spill my guts to the gardener, but I guess I just need someone to listen and you seem genuine. So here it goes. I ended up telling Genu everything. It was so easy to talk to him.
Man, that sucks.
That's all you've got. You're not great at giving advice.
Can't argue with that. But hey, I stole the chocolate bar from the kitchen today. You want some?
Sure, why not? I ended up staying with Genu until sunrise for the next few weeks. I hung out with Genu whenever I could, and it was great, but I felt guilty. Romance was a nice guy and I didn't hate spending time with him either. But as time went on, I started to prefer Genu's company over Romance's. It puzzled me why I'd rather spend time with Genu. Maybe my amnesia and the medicines were really messing with my feelings. Then one evening, I found Romance in my room unexpectedly. Romance, what are you doing here?
You've been acting distant. Is something wrong?
I didn't know what to say. How about I show you around the palace?
I was hoping for a different answer, but okay, let's spend time together.
He kept asking why I was acting differently. I dodged his questions, but he persisted. Then we reached the royal jewelry room.
If you need space, just say so. It'll hurt, but I'll understand.
In my rush to change the subject, I quickly entered the passcode on the digital keypad and let him inside. Get ready to be amazed. This is where we keep all the royal jewelry. Isn't it beautiful? Romance was stunned then. Zoe burst in.
Meera, why is he here? Mom and Dad would freak out. He needs to leave now.
After leaving the room, Zoe went to her bedroom. Romance looked at me, clearly hurt.
Maybe I should leave, reach out when you want to talk. Or actually, maybe don't, Bella. You ignore me and act superior. The only reason people respect you is your royal status, and that's just luck, not an achievement.
With that, he left, and I was shocked that he just said that. Later that night, I was jolted awake by loud yelling outside the royal jewelry room.
The family tiara passed down for 5 generations. He's gone.
I froze. Romance, but he was with me the whole time. Then a bodyguard approached us.
We found someone on the security footage you need to see.
We rushed to the security room. My heart sank as I watched the video. There was Romance hiding the tiara in his jacket while my back was turned to him looking at Zoe.
Not only are you seeing the guy we've said no to multiple times, but you also showed him the jewelry room. What's wrong with you?
We've been patient with you because the doctor said you needed time to adjust, but this is unacceptable.
And how did he even get in?
Your Highness, our check showed the cameras were off and only started recording when Meera began her tour with Romance.
Really, Meera? Did you think you could outsmart us? What on earth?
I don't know. Please stop yelling at me. Then everything went black and I fainted. When I woke up, Zoe was by my side telling me I've been out for 12 hours. The police were now looking for Romance. Just then, Mom stormed in.
Your father is furious. He can't even look at you. But I'm here to tell you that you're no longer the future queen. We've decided Zoe will take that role.
You think I care? Well, guess what? I don't.
But Mom, I don't want to be a princess either. I can't stand it.
It's not up for discussion.
And she left us there. Throughout the week, I felt more and more anxious. The guards were always around, keeping an eye on me. One day, as I sat in the garden, Genu came over.
Your parents aren't really bad. They're strict and can be a pain. Yes, but I never wanted you to marry any prince. Zoe made that up. You should look into it.
How do you know all this?
The servants hear everything. We catch all the gossip.
Later that night, I went to talk to Zoe in her room, planning to lie to get her to reveal something. Why do you think Romance stole the tiara?
I think he was upset you preferred hanging out with the gardener over him. He knew stealing the tiara would land you into trouble. Boys are dumb, and when their ego is hurt, they can act dumb.
Did you hear they caught him?
No, they didn't.
Actually, they did. They caught him trying to leave the country. He spilled everything. Aurora, it's time to stop. Of course, that was a lie. Romance hadn't been caught, and Zoe's explanation for why he stole the tiara actually made sense.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you feeling okay? Did you take your medicine?
I know I wasn't perfect before my accident, but I wasn't a troublemaker either. You didn't need to scheme. If you really wanted the crown, you should have just told me. I would have stepped aside.
Sure, as if Meera, the darling princess, would give up anything. Poor Zoe, always in Meera's shadow. That's what they say. I was happy when you got amnesia. It was my chance.
What chance are you talking about? For a moment, Zoe looked lost, like she'd been caught off guard.
Chance? What chance? I don't know what you mean.
It doesn't matter. I recorded everything you just said. As I tried to leave, Zoe attacked me. He ended up fighting until the guards separated us. I showed my parents the recording. They were shocked and immediately called off the announcement about the crown. They were really mad at Zoe.
You've gone too far. How can you hate your sister so much?
Not just her, you and Dad too.
They decided to send her to my royal uncle on the other side of the world, hoping it might teach her a lesson. I wasn't so sure.
I'm just glad the truth came out.
Thanks to you and all the gossip, I guess I'm glad I didn't lose.
Let's see, you lost your memory, your boyfriend and your sister in the crown, at least for now.
I don't mind. I still have you. I walked closer to Jinnu and gently kissed him. In that moment, I knew our love had overcome every storm. Jinnu, I never thought I would find true happiness.
From now on, you don't have to worry anymore. I'll be here, by your side, forever.
After that, our wedding took place in the garden. 3 years later, in the castle's garden, our 2 children played by the fountain, their laughter filling the sky. Hi, I'm Crystal from a small town in Alaska. Press like and subscribe. Ever since I was born, I've lived with my rich uncle and aunt and 5 girl cousins, but they've always made me feel like I didn't belong with them. For starters, all my cousins had blonde hair and blue eyes, and I had dark curly hair and brown eyes. They always said I wasn't pretty enough to be part of the family.
Mirror on the wall. Who's the ugliest of them all?
Crystal, your eyes are the color of poop, and look at your hair. I wonder how many birds sleep inside that nest.
They were the meanest, but I had no one else. You see, my aunt and uncle wouldn't even send me to school and just kept me on my toes all day doing house chores. But I'd secretly taught myself to read. I began reading more and more, and all that knowledge just amazed me. One time when I was 16, my uncle found me reading my cousin's books, and he instantly snatched them from me.
Do you have any idea how expensive these are, and you're using them for free?
Why are you always so awful to me?
Because you're kind of weird and not really one of us.
I pushed him aside and ran out of the room. I just hated it here. A few weeks later, it was Christmas, and I found 5 huge gift boxes under the tree, and another one the size of a matchbox. Of course, that was mine, and all it had inside was a pinch of salt.
Just a reminder to add the right amount of salt while cooking our meal.
Everyone laughed, and I felt like smashing their heads into the wall. While I was busy cooking, a lawyer visited our house. Curious, I followed him to the study, and when I heard his conversation with my aunt and uncle, I was shook.
That girl Crystal is worth billions. If you want to keep the money her parents left, you should legally adopt her.
Wait, what? I was a freaking billionaire. As soon as the lawyer left, my aunt came running into the kitchen and literally carried me away to the lounge. I was made to sit in Uncle's armchair while he snatched all my cousin's presents and gave them to me.
You girl, give Crystal a foot rub. You, the other one, make her a hot chocolate with extra marshmallows. And the rest, we're changing the dinner menu to all of Crystal's favorites, and you're cooking now. Chop, chop.
Wow. Just wow. All of a sudden, I was loved and pampered to bit. I decided now was the time to get the one thing I really wanted.
Oh, sweetheart, no. School is such a dangerous place for girls.
But all my cousins are girls.
They are morons. They're not as precious as you, Pumpkin. We'll get you the best tutor.
Well, that was better than nothing. At least I'd get to learn. But the next night, while I was getting water from the kitchen, I overheard them talking.
How long do we need to pamper that ugly duck?
Don't worry, once we get her money, we'll ship her off to some orphanage.
Who even wants that hairy kid?
God, I knew they were being nice to me because of my money, but these greedy jerks weren't even planning to let me stay. That very night, I packed my bags and ran away, taking the first train out of our town. On the train, an old lady sat next to me, and she told me I was really pretty. She sounded kind, and when we got down, she asked me to join her for a meal at her place. This was the first time someone was treating me nicely without knowing about my wealth. When I got to her mansion, it seemed like she was some billionaire herself. I met some girls older than me, and they all looked really happy. Apparently, the kind woman had given jobs to all of them and even let them stay here. I wondered if I could stay too, and to my surprise, She gladly accepted me. Weeks passed by, and all was good, until one day, the lady woke me up rudely at 3 a.m.
Dress up and get ready.
What? Why? It's not even sunrise yet.
What are you? A chicken waiting for sunrise. Be out already, or I'm going to kick your lazy butt.
OMG! Suddenly, the fairy godmother sounded more like a Hammond. She pulled me down to the main hall where the other girls had already gathered, and then she started explaining how we'd be breaking into some house to steal stuff soon. Wait a second, she was a professional thief? Oh my god! I couldn't believe I've been living with a gang of robbers for weeks! I wasn't going to be a part of this. I slipped away and used the old lady's phone to report her to the police. When they turned up to arrest her and the gang, one of the girls turned to me and said,
I always knew you didn't belong with a bunch of thieves. Here, take this and go see this man. He's a very kind fellow who wants to adopt a daughter.
And so I escaped and made my way to Mr. Hammond's address, and, well, this guy seemed richer, an old Hammond. When a butler led me to him, I explained that I had no family, and some girl gave me his details, and he was overjoyed.
Oh my God, yes. I've been waiting to adopt a little girl. I'm so happy to meet you. And Crystal, that's such a beautiful name. Welcome to your new home.
And just like that, my life turned around. I was immediately led to a gorgeous room and given a brand new wardrobe. And when I saw the massive library in the house, I flipped. Oh, sir, you don't know how much I love books. All I've ever wanted is to go to school and learn as much as I can.
Well, my dear, that can be easily arranged.
He made a quick phone call and told me I'd be starting school next week. Was this for real? Even though he seemed lovely, I didn't trust him enough yet to tell him about my parents' money. I knew what that did to people. One morning while I was still asleep, someone scared the heck out of me by jumping onto the bed. And then I saw a girl a few years older than me. She was screaming.
OMG, who are you and what are you doing in my bed?
Dad. Dad? Mr. Hammond came running, and it turned out that the girl was his daughter Pearl, who was now in university.
I just came home to get some stuff. So what? I left and you adopted some ugly weirdo and gave her my room?
Don't be rude. And yes, I'm all alone now, and I'd like some company. Now say hello to your sister.
Sister? I don't know which slum you got her from. Just get her out of my room.
She stormed off, and Mr. Hammond apologized to me. It's okay. I know I'm ugly. My cousins made fun of my hair and eyes all the time. It's nothing new.
What are you talking about? Your hair and eyes are lovely. I only see a girl who's beautiful inside and out. But let me take you to a salon today. Those people will work magic with your hair.
And they really did. They trimmed and styled my wild hair and got my eyebrows done. And for the first time ever, I actually felt pretty. I was so happy I hugged Mr. Hammond. Thanks, Dad. Wait, did I just call him Dad? Maybe I was starting to like him a bit too fast. I had an amazing first day at school. Everyone was telling me I was gorgeous. A few boys even said my warm brown eyes were adorable. All that was great, except when I got home I found Pearl had moved back in. I'd try to be friends with her, but she was impossible. I tried talking to her at dinner, but she just gave me silent glares. When I asked her to pass me the water, she flung the whole jug at my face.
Pearl.
What, Dad? She didn't want it on her face. Oops, my bad.
One day, during the first class, our teacher kept getting annoyed because of some croaking frog sounds. We all looked around and couldn't find any. Just then, a boy put his ear next to my bag and said,
I think it's coming from here.
I opened the bag and dropped it. Immediately, a dozen big frogs jumped out, and there was almost a stampede with everyone screaming and running out. As the teacher fled, she tripped over a chair and fell down really hard. She hurt her arm, and I got a month's attention for my prank. This was all Pearl's doing. I went to her room that day and asked her why she was bent on ruining things for me.
I'll drop this innocent face, Crystal. I know you're just some gold digger and my dad is your target. Just because he's too soft and foolish to see the bad in people doesn't mean I am too. I'll make sure you don't get a penny of my wealth.
She was crazy. All I wanted was a family. Mr. Hammond had a grand pool party planned, and I was so excited my jaw dropped when I saw the guests arrive. Actors, singers, and other glamorous people. I was dazzled. Everyone was having a great time, but as some of the guests started to leave, we suddenly heard a woman screaming at the butler.
What do you mean you can't find my diamond ring and my husband's watch? I gave that stuff to you for safekeeping, before going in the pool.
The butler said he'd put all the guests' belongings in Mr. Hammond's study, but they were all gone. Everyone went crazy, and there was nearly a riot.
Ladies, gentlemen, something like this has never happened before, and I assure you I won't rest till everyone's belongings are returned. You have my word.
As the angry guests went out mumbling and threatening Mr. Hammond, he ordered the servants to strip the house down. Only 10 minutes later, a maid came running with my backpack. She turned it over, and all the rich people's things fell out.
Sir, Miss Crystal's bags were packed. It looks like she was planning to leave.
I was horrified. Mr. Hammond looked shocked. as I protested that I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, Daddy, what did you expect from someone like her? I always knew she'd do something like this. We need to call the police.
I walked up to Mr. Hammond and looked him straight in the eye. I know I'm just a stranger and not really your daughter, so you'll choose to believe Pearl's words over mine. You can do whatever you want, but just know that your kindness means far more to me than money or things ever could, and I would never do anything to harm you. Suddenly, Mr. Hammond took my hand.
You are my daughter, and I do believe you.
He turned to Pearl with a furious face.
Pearl, if you don't want me to stop paying for your credit cards and cut you out of my will, leave now. I don't want to see your face till you've graduated university.
Pearl stared at him and shot, then screamed angrily and left. I was so touched by Mr. Hammond's words, I finally decided to tell him about my inheritance and my greedy family. He was shocked, and the next thing I knew, he had legally adopted me, and we went in person to tell my family the news. Their faces were just priceless. I was the owner of my money now, and I had big plans for it. I set up a school for poor kids, and now I teach there whenever I can. Hello, I'm Lily from Estonia. I grew up in an orphanage with my brother Joe. He's 2 years older than me, and we're total opposites. But before I continue, please like and subscribe, and you might get a kiss from your true love. My big brother Joe had shiny blonde hair and blue eyes, and he always got all the attention.
Look at this gorgeous kid.
He's so beautiful.
But I was the opposite. I had dark hair and dark brown eyes, and my skin wasn't as fair, and no one ever said I was pretty. They hardly noticed me at all. Joe was tall and outgoing, and everybody liked him. I was short for my age, and the mean girls loved to tease me.
Oh, poor Lily. She's just so ugly. How does it feel to be a loser with a perfect brother?
But Joe always had my back.
Maybe you should learn to respect others.
Oh, for you, Joe, I'll learn anything. I'll learn how to respect others and how to cook and clean. I'll even learn how to give birth.
You don't learn how to give birth, you just give birth.
I agree. You're right. You're so smart. See, Joe, I learned my lesson. I respected her. Now love me, Joe, please.
In school, things weren't much better. Joe was super smart and almost a genius.
Joe, that's amazing. A perfect score.
I could barely pass my exams, and I had a hard time paying attention in class. Sometimes I'd talk to the other kids when I wasn't supposed to, and I got out of my seat and I ran around the room, but I couldn't help it.
Lily, sit down.
Most of the teachers didn't like me at all. One time, I was in grumpy old Miss Koppel's class, and I really had to go to the bathroom.
The break just ended 2 minutes ago. You couldn't go then. Oh, wait, you were busy. The only thing you do in school, no bathroom for you.
But it's an emergency. Miss Koppel didn't budge. I tried to hold it, but a minute later, I peed my pants. Joe caught me crying in the hallway.
What's wrong?
Miss Koppel wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. Joe's face turned bright red, and he stormed into Miss Koppel's class.
You stinky witch. Maybe a bitter old lady like you shouldn't be teaching. You should be at home fighting with your husband, who's lost his hearing because of your constant screaming and will go blind soon, looking at your hideous face.
Miss Koppel sent Joe to the principal's office, and he got detention for 2 weeks. I felt so bad. I'm sorry. I'm weird and stupid and always causing trouble.
Don't say that about yourself, Lily. None of that is true.
Yes, it is. You're just pretending it's not. Don't worry about me and my problems. I'll handle them on my own. You don't have to be my big brother anymore.
No way. I'll always be your big brother, and I'll always have your back no matter what. And one day, I hope you'll see how special and smart and beautiful you are.
Joe hugged me, and I cried like a big baby. Then one day, the most amazing thing happened. We were adopted by a really nice couple. They had a big house. Joe and I got our own rooms and new clothes. They even enrolled us in a fancy school. I was nervous at first because school was still hard, and I always got distracted. I was scared that my new teachers would hate me too. But then, my new parents took me to the doctor.
Lily has ADHD, which means she's a bit hyperactive and has trouble paying attention. But she's a smart girl. Her IQ is well above average.
I went to therapy for a while to help me learn to stay focused. It was difficult at first, but Joe and my parents were really supportive, and eventually, I got better. I started getting A's on my tests, and I even won Student of the Month for best behavior. When Joe and I reached high school, our lives totally changed. One day, Joe and I were hanging out at the mall when a strange woman ran up to us.
Your face is a work of art. Have you ever thought of being a model?
Not really,
Stick with me, darling. I'm gonna make you a star.
The woman was a modeling agent. Joe signed a contract with her, and soon, every other weekend, he was doing photo shoots all over the city. My life was much better too. My grades were at the top of my class. I had a bunch of new friends. And when I looked in the mirror for the first time, I liked what I saw, especially since my mom always told me how pretty I was and that I should love myself just as I am. I had a newfound confidence, and everyone noticed. Even though Joe and I weren't together all the time, we had our own lives, and that was okay. We were always there for each other. Then one day, our dad got a new job, and we moved across town. Another family, twice as rich as my parents, lived next door, and they had a daughter my age. The moment Joe saw her, he started acting strange. He was really dying to meet her. Oh, love at first sight, something only beautiful people do. Why don't you just go over there and say hello?
Just say hello. It's not that easy. It has to be just right. She's my destiny. She's my true love. We're meant to be.
We started thinking of ways to make them meet. What made it harder was that she was homeschooled. We saw a lot of sophisticated teachers coming and leaving the house. Joe took one of my shirts and went to her house pretending he found it in the yard, and it belonged to the girl. But a maid opened the door and took it. One time, I saw the mystery girl leaving her house, and I started calling out random names. Emily, Sarah, Anna, Amber. But she still didn't look up. A couple of weeks passed, and I thought Joe would have moved on, but he was still determined to meet this girl. He hatched a new plan every day, but none of them worked. I needed a break, so I snuck off to the park to sketch. As I was sketching an oak tree, I heard someone walk up behind me. I turned to see a cute boy smiling at me.
Those are pretty good. Your shading and detail are amazing.
I froze. I'd never shown anyone my drawings before.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
The boy's name was Ryan. He was a couple of years older than me, and he was a talented artist. We talked for hours. Every time he looked into my eyes, my heart skipped a beat.
Geez, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go.
Maybe we could meet up tomorrow and talk about art.
Sorry, I can't.
I was such a dork. What was I thinking, asking a cute boy like Ryan out? He must already have a girlfriend. I wanted to crawl into a hole. It's okay. Sorry I asked.
No, it's not like that. I'd love to see you again, but I'm leaving for New York tomorrow for art school.
My heart sank.
This doesn't have to be goodbye.
Ryan pulled out one of his sketches from his notebook. He wrote his phone number on the back and gave it to me.
I want you to have it.
I can't take this.
You can give it back when I see you again.
On my walk home, every time I thought about Ryan, I couldn't help but smile. When I was getting close to home, and then I saw something insane. The mystery girl was scaling the side of her house like a cat burglar. I hid behind a tree and texted Joe, but then the girl came charging at me like a maniac. She tried to grab my phone. Give it to me. Let go, you crazy girl. My phone slipped out of my hand, fell to the ground and broke. I was so ma. I turned to yell at her, but then she started bawling like a big baby.
I'm sorry about your phone. I just didn't know what to do.
Her name was Sophia, and her parents made her break up with her boyfriend because he was poor.
They won't let me see him or talk to him. My heart's been ripped to pieces. It hurts so bad. Please make it stop.
Don't cry. Things will be okay.
How?
Thankfully, Joe walked up just then. Sophia took one look at him and got all googly-eyed. Then she got confused.
I can't do this.
Sophia pushed Joe and ran away crying. The next day, Sophia showed up at her door.
What I did to you wasn't cool. I was having a hard time.
If you don't mind me asking, what's wrong?
Well, I'm broken.
Excuse me, if I could just squeeze past you.
Each time life smiles at me, bad things happen. Shortly after, I fell in love with our gardener's son. It was a secret because I knew my parents would never approve. I don't know how, but they found out and things got really bad.
I am so sorry.
If you could just step to the side a bit, I could get out of your way.
And they fired him and his father and forced me to break up with him. Then they took my phone and homeschooled me for a while. My dad is an important politician and he can't risk his reputation. And now every morning I wake up in a puddle of tears.
That's so sad.
Yes, very sad. I've got an idea. Why don't you two be friends? It might make you both feel better. Over the next few months, Joe and Sophia started getting closer, and so did our parents. Joe started dressing in expensive clothes, buying Sophia fancy gifts, and he'd brag to Sophia and her parents about how much money he made modeling. Once, Sophia's parents invited us for dinner.
Oh, neighbors, you have such a strong, confident, independent young man. I bet girls are fighting over him all the time.
Yes, but I have eyes only for one girl.
As Joe looked at Sophia and she blushed, everyone noticed the two and smiled.
Oh, this is wonderful. We've been so worried about Sophia. I'm so happy she's found someone like you. We had to protect her, you know. She was tricked and manipulated by a dirty, poor boy that stole her heart.
Ugh, poor people. You can't trust any of them. They're all liars and cheats.
That's not true.
Oh, you sweet, naive girl. You'll learn soon enough.
Then Sophia's parents laughed at me, like what I said was some big joke. I'm not naive. You're just wrong. Joe and I used to be poor. We're not liars and cheats. We're not dirty and we're not bad people.
Joe's an exception, of course. Who knew an adopted orphan could be so perfect? You guys hit the jackpot with your son. Your daughter, well, she's now Sophia.
You're right about that, honey.
Joe lowered his head. My parents looked away, and I was about to explode. What's that supposed to mean?
Thank you for the meal. We must get going.
When we got home, my parents sat me and Joe down for a talk.
Joe, we don't want you seeing Sophia anymore.
No, that's not happening. I love her. You can't tell me what to do.
Stop yelling at Dad.
Son, what her parents said about your sister is unacceptable.
They were just joking. They're really nice once you get to know them.
Are you blind? Sophia's parents are jerks. And ever since you've been hanging out with them, you've changed.
If I have to impress Sophia's parents to get their blessing, then I'll do it. True love is worth it, but you wouldn't know anything about love. You've never had a boyfriend, and you look like you sleep in a trash can.
Don't talk to your sister like that.
That's enough. No more Sophia, and that's final.
Then Joe got mad and shoved Dad. Dad fell and hit his head hard on the table. Dad! I rushed to Dad's. He was really hurt. Mom called the ambulance. Then I looked up and saw Joe.
I'm sorry.
Joe ran out of the house. Dad had a minor concussion, and we spent the night in the emergency room. By the time we got back home, all of Joe's things were gone. We heard from the neighbors that he and Sophia moved into her parents' villa in Paris. Dad was weak after the injury. So, I helped him out at the office. Staying on top of my schoolwork and helping Dad was tough, but I enjoyed spending more time with him. My parents and I tried calling Joe, but he never answered, which made me really sad. My new friend Ryan always found ways to cheer me up. He sent me funny sketches and YouTube videos. One summer, he came back to town and we sat under the oak tree. We saw a boy and a girl playing on the grass, and I started to cry.
What's wrong?
I miss my brother. He was my best friend and always had my back. I'm scared I'll never see him again.
He's your brother and he could never stop loving you. I'm sure he'll come back to you one day.
Then Ryan handed me a sketchbook, and I drew a picture of me and Joe. Ryan encouraged me to study art, and eventually I started selling my drawings. 5 years later, we got married in a small ceremony in our backyard, and soon after, we had a baby. But there were complications. I felt this horrible pain, and the machine started to beep. As the doctors raced to save me, I cried out, "Joe, my brother Joe, come to me." Then I fainted. I woke up from a coma 2 days later, and when I opened my eyes, I saw Joe and Sophia sitting beside me with tears in their eyes. Joe?
Yes, Lily.
Is that you?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, Lily. I'm so sorry for everything.
I looked up at my parents. They smiled and nodded. I knew from the look in their eyes that they'd forgiven Joe and wanted me to do the same. You broke our promise. You said you'd always have my back, but you chose Sophia and her parents over us.
My parents are just mean and have been controlling my life since forever. We had enough and we couldn't take it anymore. So we left and they cut us off.
But it's been so hard. I couldn't find work. We barely had enough money for food and rent. But I was ashamed to come back and ask for help.
We felt like we broke your family. We didn't want to make things worse.
Then we heard you were in a coma, so we came immediately. I couldn't let you down again. Lily, I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm asking you to let me earn the privilege to be your big brother again.
You'll always be my big brother. I just wanted to see you. I would have helped you no matter what. Then Joe hugged me, and I hugged him back.